Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So we've had a week off from all things Tamiya, just because we needed a break, but we're back this week and we've got plenty to do. So the first mission is we've got these DF-03 shocks to build. This is part number 53926. Nice blingy shocks, made for the, as I say, the DF-03. So we will eventually be putting them on this white edition Dark Impact. That's the plan, but this video is just about building the shocks up and seeing how they go together. I've already built some Tamiya TRF Aeration and some Tamiya high caps, so I'll put the links to those videos in the description should you're interested in watching those. So let's get this box open and let's see what's inside. So standard sort of layout for Tamiya. So we've got the nice shock bodies. It comes with soft damper oil, instructions, pistons, diaphragm, O-rings, circlips, and the different piston, 1-hole, 2-hole and 3-hole. And then we also have 6 sets of plastics. So obviously we'll have to dig deep in the instructions and see what the differences are. These are cool looking shocks if you've never seen them before. They're excellent. They come as standard with this gold spring. I really wanted these with white like the MS version, but you have to buy those separately, so I've not bothered, but gold still looks pretty cool. But these shocks are nice and blingy, and they've got the threaded for your adjustment, which is cool. I prefer those type of shocks to putting plastic bits on. So let's get cracking on the build. So that's it all in order. 2 rears, 2 sets of rears, 2 sets of fronts. You have to strip all the alloy shock bodies first of all. Even you have to take the threaded adjuster off of the spring tensioner because that has a large O-ring in there. So we've done all that, and as I say, these are in sets. We'll build one rear shock up first to see how it goes together, and obviously they're all pretty much identical. We used the 3-hole piston in the rears and the 2-hole in the fronts. I've got everything out in the sets, and these look to be spare at the moment, and I've not looked at the plastics yet. So let's start this process. Right, that's stage 1, which is to fit the large O-ring into that, and I've got the 2 circlips on and using the 3-hole piston. So that's that. Next stage is now to put the bottom of the shock body together, and that's obviously starting with the alloy cap. Then there's a white spacer which is directional, 2 red O-rings, and then this white plastic spacer. So let's get that done. Right, that's that done. Good, this goes together incredibly easy. And what I noticed, which was different, when you put in this rod end on, it's actually threaded already, so it's very easy to get on. There's a little blue spacer there which goes on all the O-rings and what have you are in there now. So the next stage is to fill it with the soft damper oil. Obviously moving the piston up very slowly and getting rid of all the air bubbles, and once that's done, it's basically finishing it. It's, as you can see, putting the spring on and the bottom spring holder. Very simple. Mega important to get rid of the air bubbles from the oil. I never used to do this, but it's really important once you've got your oil in, just to go very nice and slowly. Hopefully you can see some bubbles coming up, which it's pushing through. Take it right to its limit where it stops on the stopper, give it a second, and then raise it back up. The slower you do this, the better it is. If you do this really quickly, you're actually going to create bubbles for yourself. All the way to the top. And then when you've done that and the bubbles are free, just top it up to what the instructions say, and then you put your diaphragm in and then screw the lid up section on. Again, really easy. You've got to make sure you're using the right plastics from a different tree. So that's the oil in. Seems very smooth, very nice. Push it in. You can see there's a little bit of rebound. When you build the rest of them, make sure that the rebound is the same on both rears and both fronts. So that's that. So let's crack on. There we have it. That's one rear built. This obviously you have to adjust the threaded spacer to take the slack up of the spring. Obviously do your main adjustments on the car, but you do it down enough to stop the spring moving. And that's it, and Yeah, they feel super nice. They really do feel cool, and they look great, to be honest. So that's one rear built. So what I'll do now is I'll get the other three built, and then we'll come back, because I have noticed we didn't use the black O-ring on the rears, and that's correct. But you do, the fronts are built slightly different, so we'll have to make sure we don't miss anything. So let's crack on. So this is the difference I was talking about when you're building the front shock up. This actually has the black O-ring on the inside of the piston, whereas the rears didn't. So that's, I guess, pretty important not to miss. Right, that's the set fully built. Very, very easy. No issues at all. These just go together super clean, and they are super smooth. And that's it, guys. Literally from start to finish, it's taken me about 20 minutes, if that. And as I say, finished product is awesome. There's nothing negative at all. They go together super nicely. Loads of travel in the rear, obviously less travel in the front, and the springs are a little bit more tighter. There's more tension on the front, but obviously you've got a lot of adjustment. So I'm well chuffed with that. As I say, it's the first time I've had my hands on the DF-03 Tamiya shocks, but they're fantastic. So the next stage will be to fit these on the actual car, but the car's going to be a little bit more involved. It's not just changing the shocks, there's some other cool stuff we're going to do to it as well. So, once again guys, thanks for watching, it's much appreciated, and if you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us on our weekly videos, but most of all, please hit that notification bell for our weekly videos. And as always guys, happy RC.